It's down right here on your Classic Metal Show from There's Something on My Side. And anyway, we want to thank Jimmy for, giving us some candid thoughts.
Yeah.
Well, I got a story here that kind of plays right into that.
Okay, let's go.
A couple of weeks ago, we covered a story about how the University of Chicago, the president of that university, said, we're not doing the whole safe space, trigger warnings, all that kind of stuff.
Sure,
it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, another prominent university here in the Chicagoland area, Northwestern University.
Oh yeah, big one.
Northwestern University president calls those who decry safe spaces and trigger warnings as lunatics.
Good.
You're a lunatic.
Good. He's right.
You should be warning these kids.
No.
The president of the Northwestern University told students on Monday that anyone who opposes trigger warnings or who ridicules the pain of those microaggressed is an idiot and a lunatic.
Yes. I'm coming around to his side of things here.
The pain.
I agree. You say something to somebody, there is immense pain.
Sure.
Immense. Got to protect these kids.
Right. In his convocation address on Monday, Northwestern University President Morton, his name is Morton.
Morton?
Yeah. Shapiro, I guess it's Shcapiro. Is that Shapiro?
Sounds like it to me.
Took a firm stance against censorship, but said he disagreed with University of Chicago Dean of Students John Ellison, who recently told first-year students that they should not expect safe spaces in which to escape from ideas that make them uncomfortable.
What a fucking... How can you possibly be for free speech and against people hearing speech?
Sure.
What a fucking dummy. This guy's an educator?
Yeah. This makes me uncomfortable.
Oh.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I guess you can't handle free speech.
No.
He said he's for free speech. Isn't that what you just read?
Mm-hmm.
It's for free speech, but also for safe spaces so you don't have to encounter free speech.
Right. So you can shield yourself from reality.
But we're lunatics for thinking that you have to deal with the words that are presented to you.
Right.
Okay, educator, explain away.
Right. Shapiro does not take kindly to the uncomfortable ideas. What is this? What is this with this uncomfortable?
And who deems it uncomfortable?
And why does everybody always have to be comfortable?
Yeah. There's no guarantee that life is going to be fun, safe, easy, free of fear. I think you should be afraid. I personally think one of the biggest problems we have in this country as a whole is the lack of fear.
Yeah, because nobody appreciates, the ramifications of your actions or anything else. It's like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. Take me away from this environment.
Mm-hmm. Look, and I'll take it to the harshest degree, but that's what I do. Take all these goddamn shootings that go on all over the place. If people could get out of their little faggot comfort zone and realize, hey, I could be shot, I better do what I got to do to protect myself, maybe we'd have less shootings and less people killed in shootings.
Right.
It's because everybody's so, that's on the news. That couldn't happen to me.
Sure.
That's why the lack of fear is one of the biggest. One, it's one of the biggest problems we have in this country, and two, it's one of the biggest things being exploited by those that want to commit mass casualty murder.
Sure. Let me pet this rattlesnake. I sure hope it doesn't bite me.
Yeah, because I don't want it to. I want to love it.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Yep. Jesus.
Author of many pro safe space op-ed.
Ugh.
Safe space.
Where's that published at? The Faggot Journal?
Right.
Faggot Gazette?
Bigot.
Gay Gazette?
Yeah, racist. You used the word faggot, which
Mm.
usually denotes somebody of an alternative lifestyle.
How about the Queer Chronicle?
I did say that on Ron's show, though, yesterday, that anybody who believes in microaggressions or safe spaces, don't listen to us.
You even said, I don't want you to listen to
I
my
don't
show.
want you to listen to us.
That was pretty good.
I don't want you.
Yep.
Yeah, you're excluded, pal.
Yeah, pal.
Just go curl up in your safe space and don't listen to us.
Yeah, get in the fetal position and be a faggot by yourself.
Right.
Queer.
He suggests he also uses his day job as a platform to promote the code of campus political correctness now that the semester has begun.
That exists?
That's what he calls it.
The code of political correctness.
Right.
Fuck me.
Uh-huh. The people who decry safe spaces do it from their segregated housing places.
I see.
From their jobs without diversity.
Is that what it is? It's because they don't have enough diversity that they're offended by words?
Right.
So is that his underhanded way to say that black people aren't around white people enough, and that's why they need?
Yeah, because you don't have any empathy for somebody that you don't encounter because you're locked away in your gated communities away from the.
No, if he's talking about the black people, he's not talking about the gated communities.
No. He's saying that the people who decry safe spaces do it from their segregated housing places.
So it's rich.
Yeah, it's rich white people who aren't down on the streets with the black man or whomever it is,
or the Latinos or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. He's right. Never mind.
They do it from their country clubs, Shapiro said, and it just drives me nuts.
Does it?
I wonder what the poor people are doing today.
If you were rich.
Yes.
Okay, let's just say that you won the lotto tomorrow. Got $400 million. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Sure.
Why would you give a shit what the poor people are doing? Why would you care? Where is this expectation that you're supposed to give a flying fuck about everybody?
Because the attitude is that if you've got it to give or you have excesses, that you need to be philanthropic with your wealth and your good fortune and just, be concerned about people who are not as fortunate as you. And, I brought this up earlier in the show that Chuck Brennan of Badlands Pond, he does things around Sioux Falls, such as that music academy.
Sure.
He opened up the state-of-the-art music academy, and the kids who, can come there and do it for free.
Yeah. See, I'm not shitting on guys like Chuck Brennan.
No, but that's voluntary. You don't criticize somebody because they don't do it.
Yeah, if they don't want to, if they earn their money, that's their fucking money.
Yeah, if they want to hoard it like a miser, that's their prerogative to do that.
Everybody has the same opportunities to make money, and everybody, I get this argument all the time from people because I do okay. And they all are like, well, you should be giving back. No, I shouldn't. I fucking give back. I give 18 hours a goddamn day. I don't owe anybody a motherfucking thing. And
you give back in 30% in your taxes.
Yeah. And I mean, you know me well enough to know that if I have personal friends that are in trouble, in need or whatever, I always write the check. True?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So I make my choices when I want to for who I want to. You know what? I personally don't give two rats fucking asses about the impoverished fucking street people of the inner city. You know? Because as far as I'm concerned, get a fucking job, get an education, and get better. I was dead for fuck's sake. And now I've done better. So you can't beat dead. You know, not by, oh, my circumstances, my neighbor. Fuck you. Straighten up and get better. People just don't want to hear that, though. Bunch of fucking pansies.
You're just being too harsh.
Good. I should be harsh because I've earned what I got.
Why do you have to be so harsh? You're just so uncaring.
You know, the funny thing is, do you think that it would be possible for you? Let's just say that tomorrow or Monday you walk into your job and they say, Neely, Wendell, you're out of here. Sorry, we can't keep you. Could you find a way, somehow, some way, even if it paid all your bills, to sit around and do nothing?
No, of course not.
Yeah, you would go, you might do it for an hour, maybe a day, but by the second day you'd be like, what am I going to fucking do?
Sure.
You would never settle into, all right, this isn't so bad. You know, that's where this whole goddamn coddling society is fucking losing. Mm-hmm. Because when you coddle these fucks and you give them a bunch of free shit, they're like, this ain't so bad. And they have no drive to be better.
Right.
Fucking, hate society.
Calling people who deny the existence of microaggressions idiots, Shapiro said he clearly remembers every microaggression he has experienced. He recalls every one of them?
Every one of them.
Every one of them.
Yeah, you know why? Because there aren't any! It's made up! It's fake! It's bullshit!
A microaggression.
I call anybody that does acknowledge a fucking microaggression a faggot pussy.
Yeah.
And that includes you there, Doc. I'm sure he's a doctor of something.
Sure.
A doctor of faggotry.
Right.
What a queer.
Microaggressions cut to the core.
Do they?
And aren't easily forgotten, he said.
Well, here's a major aggression. I hope you die drinking bleach. That's what I think about you, fuckhead.
Yeah. Shapiro also criticized those who conflate the use of trigger warnings with undetermining the First Amendment, saying students should be warned about potentially traumatic content, such as
because that's how it works in real life too, right?
Yeah.
Your boss going to yell at you, but they come to you first and say, you know what? Be warned.
I'm going to yell at you.
Yeah, we're going to have a tough conversation now.
I'm going to chastise you for something that you did against company policy or whatever. So I'm going to give you an hour to prepare.
Yeah.
And try to shield your feelings about this.
I don't want to scare you, but we're going to have some tough talk about the fact that you suck ass at your job.
Right.
This guy is a jizz bucket.
I know.
A complete jizz bucket. So jizz buckety that you can't even touch the sides of it without sliding out of your hands.
Exactly.
Total jizz bag.
He said that they should be warned about potentially traumatic content, such as the Holocaust or lynching of black people.
Brother. Yeah, because that'll happen to them. Something that happened fucking 70 years ago.
Well, if you were to talk to a college student, I honestly believe that most of them couldn't even tell you what Holocaust was.
Think?
No, I don't think they would.
Jesus.
What was the Holocaust? Was that something that happened in the 60s? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Good answer. Good answer. Where's Richard Dawson when you need him?
Yeah. Everybody says.
If they say that you shouldn't be warned to prepare yourself psychologically. Why is everybody so fragile?
Yeah.
Why is everybody so fragile?
Because we're doing shit like this.
Yeah.
That's why. You know what? Everyone, dude, can you imagine somebody that lives this way? Not this jizzbag, but somebody that's under his tutelage, that is microaggressed and feels fucking scared and fear of every word that's said. What is going to happen to this fucking asshole 15 years from now when his mom and his dad are killed in a car wreck and their heads are cut off? What's going to happen to that person? Are they going to be able to get through it, or are they going to fucking just shut completely down and never recover?
Well, they'll just go to pieces.
They'll never recover. Can you imagine a jizzbag that's raised this way having to identify the body of their dead mother with their head cut off?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they won't be able to do it. We're teaching these people to be fucking more fragile than the world needs. Why is that so hard to see? You need to be tough. You need to be strong. You don't need to be no feelings tough. You don't need to be no feelings strong. Lord knows I've written books about feelings. You know, so I'm the last one to say that I don't fucking get hurt and cry and all that other bullshit. But my God, what they're raising these kids to be is so weak compared to anywhere else in the world. We are going to be the laughingstock of the world in 20 years.
Well, I think that we're already heading into that direction.
Well, I'm saying when it fully takes grip, you know, by the time us old timers are dead that still have a little bit of balls, what's going to be left? Just a bunch of jizzbags. Okay.
All right. Let's see here. Never mind that publicly calling people who disagree with you on safe spaces are lunatics could be seen as microaggressions or even as a macroaggression. Where are these terms coming from?
I don't know. Isn't he macroaggressing those of us that think he's a jizz bucket?
Yeah, well, that's what it just said. Never mind that publicly calling people who disagree with you on safe spaces are lunatics.
Yeah, so he called us a name.
Yeah.
Can you play a song? Can you go to Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner? I got to go ball up on my bed. He called me an idiot.
Yeah. Shapiro's choice of words is interesting. Somehow that coddling, he said, he may have been referring to Jonathan David Holt, let's see, H-A-I-D-T, Haidt
or something, whatever.
Yeah. A
Smith.
social psychologist and a professor of ethical leadership at the New York University Stern School of Business. Ethical leadership.
Wow. That doesn't exist in real business.
Yeah. Haidt, H-A-I-D-T. Haidt.
Just say height.
Haidt is a fierce opponent of what he calls victimhood culture that is so rampant on college campuses these days.
He's right. That guy's right.
He gave a talk to the freshman students in October 2015 in which he ran through 3 sets of ancient ideas that many modern coddling universities and high schools violate. And I imagined what a university would look like if it was built on ancient wisdom instead. One of the things that that bothers me about the modern victimhood culture of microaggressions, trigger warnings, and safe spaces is how directly it flies in the face of the world's greatest wisdom, which I'm reviewed in the happiness hypothesis.
Wow. The happiness hypothesis.
Yeah, the happiness hypothesis. For example, in chapter 7 is about the use of adversity.
Mm-hmm.
What does kill me makes me stronger, as a Nietzsche, I guess that's Nietzsche. Put it. Mencius, 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 explained that the ideas were more fully in the 3rd century BCE, when heaven is about to confer a great responsibility on any man. It will exercise his mind with suffering. Well, we can't have suffering because that would be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Subject his sinews and bones to hard work and place obstacles in the path of the deeds so as to stimulate his mind, harden his nature, and improve whatever he is, wherever he is incompetent.
Right.
So, in other words, presents him a challenge.
Yeah.
That's it.
This, dude, you're really pissing me off with this stuff. Do you realize that guys, what's the professor's name that I can't stand here?
The guy who started all this bullshit?
Yeah.
This guy would be, what's this guy's name here? President Morton Shapiro.
Morton Shapiro. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here's some words from Mr. Shapiro that I would love to get an answer to. Let's say, as an example, that you're a student, okay? Student number 1 works hard, gets perfect grades, gets all A's.
Sure.
Okay? Goes back to his dorm, and somebody asks him, hey, what you get on your courses? He says, got all A's, kicked ass. Does this jizz bucket not realize that by saying that, he's microaggressing anybody that didn't get straight A's?
Because he made them feel bad for not achieving as much as he did.
Yeah. So literally, any accomplishment anybody could have could be perceived as a microaggression to anybody that doesn't achieve.
Sure. Well, that's the whole concept behind participation trophies.
Yeah.
Because we don't want anyone to feel bad.
They should feel bad. What incentive do you have to... Is the way that the United States as a society going to where you shouldn't try to be better? Is that what we're going for now? That you should not try to be better?
Well, I think that a lot of the people have the attitude of, well, it's good enough to get by.
But is that what it should be?
No, of course not. You should achieve or attempt to achieve at your highest ability. Not
that's
just
us old guys. What I'm asking is that the direction that guys like Shapiro want the world to go? To where you shouldn't try your best. You should simply do what everybody else does.
Pretty much.
How can a guy that's educated think this? How can a person that is an educator, whose job is to take people that are basically skilled to the point that they will not have success and train them to be successful? Isn't that the job of a college?
Well, you would think so, but everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people like this Shapiro guy, he's in a position where he thinks that the status quo is probably the best, the safest place to be. You don't achieve more than the status quo, and if you achieve less than the status quo, then you need to bring those lesser ones along and make it the status quo, but don't achieve above the status quo because then you'll make somebody feel bad.
What do you think Shapiro's got for a degree? Master's? PhD?
Something like that.
Isn't that above the status quo?
Yeah, but enlightened people like him don't count because he's not one of the commoners.
I see. So it's okay for people that he feels to accomplish.
Sure.
But he shouldn't be, I think by him being a professor, if he's 48 years old, that's macro-aggressing me because I'm not a professor. I haven't achieved the education level of this guy. So isn't that him macro-aggressing me?
It is. But it only works on people who are considered down and outers, not people who achieve. It's almost like, this kind of goes back that if you're a white person,
yeah,
you have privilege.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a person of any kind of, other nationality,
yeah,
you can't be racist.
Well, Neely, we call that truth, don't we?
Well, but that's the whole that's the same attitude, though. Yeah. That if you're an achiever, that you can't be microaggressed.
I guess. These fucking college people are just the bane of existence. Not the students. The students are just dopes that just fucking follow along with whatever's fucking spoon-fed to them.
Sure.
But these fucking liberal jizzbags that are fucking running these colleges should be executed. They should be executed for they're literally harming these people, these kids. They might as well just fucking rape them, because they're raping them of their dignity and they're raping them of any potential that they have to actually be productive. It's fucking sickening.
Well, we don't want anyone to achieve above the next guy, because we want everyone to be the same.
I guess. Okay.
So don't go out and achieve.
Yeah.
Just, be happy with the status quo. Just kind of follow along. Don't rock the boat.
Yep.
And we'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Is there anything left here? Nissim Taleb nailed the idea with his recent book, Anti-Fragile. A carton of eggs is fragile, so you'd better handle it with care. But many things in our world are anti-fragile. They are systems that increase in capability, resilience, and robustness as a result of mistakes, faults, attacks, or failures. So more or less what he's saying is, what doesn't kill me just makes me stronger.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he's saying.
But he wrote a book to sell for 20 a pip.
Sure. The immune system is anti-fragile. If you protect your kids from dirt and germs, you'll weaken their immune system and set them up for more autoimmune disease, which they find that out with people who overdo the hand sanitizer.
Right.
Because, every time they touch something, they always squirt on the hand sanitizer. But they're more susceptible to germs and disease because, their immune system is used to the hand sanitizer doing the job that they're supposed to be doing.
Sure.
So they don't work so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, children and teenagers who are anti-fragile, if you protect their feelings with trigger warnings, safe spaces, and microaggressions training from everyone in your community, you weaken them and you make them fragile.
Yeah. Agree with that.
Well, I think that's what, ultimately, if you're some kind of a conspiracy theorist, that's what our government wants. They want weak and fragile citizenry.
Yeah, so that they can overtake it.
Yeah, you don't want anybody to oppose you. Oh, well, I couldn't do that. I might get hurt. They might shoot at me, or I might get killed.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Yep.
Do you think that this is a wave, or do you think this is it?
I think this is it. I mean, I don't really have a lot of faith. I don't really have any hope for the future.
Right.
At all. I really don't.
I'm with you. I don't either.
Because this is all boiling down to a close.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the last step in all of this. It's just like, you know what? We as a society, we're just weakening, the citizenry, which is supposed to stand up against a tyrannical government.
Yeah.
But they won't have the balls to do it. It's like, just don't hurt me.
What would be better for society? A straight up takeover of freedom, free world, or a giant meteor just hitting and ending?
I think instant ending would probably be the best.
And just watch it come over and you're dead in like a tenth of a second.
Yeah, just let it wipe you out.
Yeah. See you later.
Just be done with it.
Yeah, I'm for that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Let that happen.
I agree. Let's just be done with it.
Yep, just over.
Wipe them out.
Right.
A guy was caught.